Hi everyone. I am so excited to show you these new Cricut Infusible Ink markers. Well, you have 3 different formats. Before we get started, these are for freehand coloring. They do not fit in your machine. So if you'd like to draw an image with your regular infusible ink markers and then paint them in and shade them and make them very artistic, you will love these. So this set I have are freehand markers. They are 2mm. You can see the colors that are available now. I see there's a lot of glare on my camera, so you might not be getting a good look at them when they're down on the table, but they're pretty gorgeous. It specifies they do not fit in your machine. They're for freehand. They're water-based and acid-free. Just terrific. So those are the 2mm freehand markers. And then we have freehand markers brush tips. So this brush works from 1.8mm to 3.6mm. As you know, when you paint or watercolor with a brush, the harder you press on it, the more it will fan out. The brush will fan out. So that's why you see the variance in the size. And we have the same color as the 2mm markers. So we have these wonderful colors. These again are the freehand marker brush tips. And then we have freehand markers dual tip. So the marker is 1mm and the brush tip is 2.5 to 3.2mm. Again, they fan as you put pressure on them. So they're beautiful for doing shading. We have the same colors available right now. And these formats are all water-based and acid-free and absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to open some up and get set up to do some coloring. So keep watching. So let's take a look at these pens and markers. These are some of my original infusible ink pens. I have a fine point. Let's see what that looks like. That's fine point. Then we have the marker, which is 1.0. That's the marker. So these are the originals that fit in your Maker or Explore machines. So we'll take a look at the 2.0 marker in the new freehand sets. These are wonderful. That's the 2.0. And you know what? You want to be sure if you're coloring by hand, you want to be sure to put something underneath your laser copy paper. You are using laser copy paper if you're going to transfer these images onto anything with your Easy Press. You are definitely using laser copy paper, even with the freehand markers, and you want to put something underneath to protect your surface to make sure that you don't bleed through and destroy your table. So this is the 2.0 marker. We'll put that one here. Let's see the brush tip. I'm anxious to try these out. These should be fun. This is the brush tip. If you can see that. Whoops, I'm going too far, sorry. There, the brush tip. So let's see with very little pressure. And then if I start with little and then fan out to the full width. So these were 1.8 to 3.6. So you can fan them out wider. Really nice. These are going to be gorgeous. And then we have the dual tip. So let's get one of those. The dual tip is a 1, that's the brush tip. So a 1mm marker. And then we have the brush tip which is 2.5 to 3.2. So this is very little pressure, and this is more pressure as you go. Really terrific. So you can start out light and then fan it out as you go. These are great. Oh, I love them. Okay, let's try coloring something. I haven't tried coloring with them yet. You're seeing me do this for the first time. So we'll go ahead and keep our surface protected. I drew these on my maker with the black fine point original marker that fits. Always remember, these do not fit in your machine. They're freehand markers. So let's take a look. I don't want the 2.0. I'm going to try this one. This is cute. And the brush tip, does it say which end? It does. So it shows you the marker tip with a straight line and the brush tip with a line that graduates to a wider mark. So let's try this. I'm just going to play around a little. I haven't tried them yet, so I also need to get used to how much pressure to put on them to achieve what I want to achieve. I love how easily the ink flows on these. Okay, we'll try that. And then I'll get a pink. We'll try one of these. Oh, a little hard to get out of there. I'll have to get a bin. And I've seen some people ask how I store them. I store them cap side down so the ink stays flowing and in a dark, dry place, just like I do with the Infusible ink sheets. We want to keep them in a dark place. If you're storing them with the sunshine glaring on them, they're going to dry out for sure. Anything will. Okay, so this again, we can see that it's a brush tip just by the example of how your line would look. So let's try this. Oh, these are so nice for coloring. You can graduate the color just by putting a little or by putting a lot or a little pressure, depending what you do. These are really fun. There we go. I'm not doing a great job. I really need to practice with these markers and get used to using them. That's not too bad. Do some darker around the edge just by layering the color, by going over repeatedly. You can get some more around, darker shades around the edge. That's not too bad. And let's try get an orange, and I'm just going to use the brush end to try and highlight the center of this a little bit. I would have needed a lighter color, I think. I should have used a yellow in the center. Yeah, I should have used a yellow. Let's go get a yellow. I'm having fun. Get a yellow out of here. I need to get another container to put these markers in. I'll get a yellow and I'll use the brush end again and try doing a little yellow here to brighten it up. Oh, these are fun. I like these. There we go. That was cute. So you can see how I colored it in. I didn't do a wonderful job on this. I really need to practice my painting and shading, but I wanted to give you a look at how these markers work. They're really terrific. So under this video, you'll find an affiliate link for these markers and any information about discount codes if they're applicable. So I hope you're going to give these a try. They're really fun to play with. And thank you for watching.